guys, welcome to the G and Danielle experience. Today I am on the Carnival Conquest in front of Crew's favorite, the Alchemy Bar, because this video is all about drinks. Now you guys always ask me about drink packages and what I think of them. So in this video, I am going to share everything I know about staying hydrated on a cruise ship. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not, and let's get into this video. So before we get into this information and these tips, I want you guys to tell me your favorite cruise drink. So drop it in the comments. Let me know what your signature cruise drink is because I need some suggestions. All right, guys, so let's get into these tips. So my first tip is to bring an empty water bottle. So I like to bring this one because it's insulated and it keeps my beverages cool. I can put ice in it and it will last over 24 hours so that I can walk around with it. Many cruise ships have water filling stations where you can just fill up your bottle, and then that way you're not having to rely on them to deliver water to your room or paying for water bottles. A water bottle on a cruise ship, like right now, this one that I'm on, the Conquest, this bottle is $4.50. And if you are drinking, especially, you need to stay hydrated. So these are going to add up if you keep having to buy them. So highly recommend bringing your own water bottle just so that you can stay hydrated with water. In addition to bringing a water bottle, some cruise lines allow you to bring a unopened 12-pack case of soda. Now, don't try anything funny with sticking stuff in there because I've heard that they have been opening them and checking them to make sure that they are actually soda. So don't try anything slick, but you can bring a 12-pack on some cruise lines. Just be sure to review your particular cruise line to see what the requirements are because they vary from ship to ship. Now, along the lines of what you can bring on the ship, one of my favorite things to bring, and one thing that saves me quite a bit of money when it comes to cruising, is I bring a bottle of wine. So you're typically allowed either one bottle per person or 2 bottles of wine per cabin. And so that way, if you bring your own, you can kind of spread it out and it will help you to not have to buy as much from the cruise line. Because of course, once you get on the ship, a bottle is a ridiculous amount. And so if you already have a little bit, just to kind of top you off and keep you steady through the trip, it's going to help you to save money. Now, I will say, do not forget to bring your wine opener if you choose to go this route, because they will charge you an uncorking fee to open the wine for you. So keep that in mind if you decide to bring some fancy wine with a cork. Yeah, I'm more of a screw top girl. I'm kidding. I like some cork wine, but just be sure to bring your own wine opener. And also, this is another rule that you have to review, because when I was on MSC, they actually do not allow you to bring wine. So varies from cruise line to cruise line. Be sure to check and see what the allocations are before trying this on your next cruise. So now let's get into what you guys really want to know, and that's all about drink packages. Now, most cruise lines offer some version of a drink package. There are multiple different ones. Some of them allow just soda, some of them are for specialty coffees, they have some of them that are just for wine, and there is usually a premium option that includes everything. Now, I will tell you, in my experience from what I've seen, it is always cheaper to purchase this before your cruise starts, because once you get on board, excursions, beverages, anything that you need to purchase is usually going to cost more. So if this is a route that you want to go, make that decision before you get on the ship and pre-purchase it online. Now, this doesn't affect my solo travelers much, but the biggest gripe I hear for people that are traveling with others when it comes to drink packages is that every person in the cabin has to purchase it. I really think that stinks because it adds up really quickly. So every adult will have to purchase the drink package in order for one to purchase it, because technically they don't want you sharing drinks. So you're really not allowed to share drinks when you purchase those packages unless you're on Virgin Voyages, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in this video. But I think that really stinks because these packages start at, for this particular cruise I'm on now on the Conquest, it was $85 a day. And so this is a 4-day cruise, so that adds up relatively quickly. So if you imagine having to pay that times 2 for 2 adults in a cabin, yeah, that's almost $800. So pretty insane, but just keep that in mind with your cruising with others, is that every adult in that cabin is going to have to get the drink package for one to get it. Another complaint I hear about drink packages is, for example, Carnival's policy, which says that you have a 15 drink limit. Now, with that limit, you don't have to drink 15, of course. I feel like I have to say that because some people almost see it as a challenge. You don't have to drink the 15, but that is the maximum for the day. Ironically, I was walking around the ship yesterday and I heard somebody calling somebody on the phone and they were like, hey, I need you to come up here because they have shut me down on drinks. I've already reached my limit. Y'all, it was 2 o'clock. No judgment from me because we're on vacation, but I was like, it's 2 o'clock and you are already out of your 15 drinks. Man, it's gonna be a long night for you. But yeah, so I know Carnival has that policy. I'm not sure about the other cruise lines if they have specifics as far as how many drinks you can get per day, but I will tell you for that is one of the big complaints I hear. Now, I will tell you guys the cost of drinks varies from cruise to cruise, but on average, what I've seen is that drinks typically run somewhere between $15 to $17, and they include gratuity. So you have to add gratuity onto the cost of the individual drinks. So one thing I like about having a premium drink package is that the gratuity is typically already added in, so you don't have to pay anything extra. Now, this is separate gratuity from what you pay on your cruise. So this is per drink. Just like yesterday, I ordered a beverage that was $12. By the time they got done with it, it was almost $15. And so, kind of do that math in your head to think about what you like to drink on average to decide if it's worth getting a drink package versus doing individual drinks. Now, something that I mentioned earlier is that there are multiple options when it comes to drink packages. So there are some that are just for specialty coffee. You have wine listings, you have soda, you have a premium package of some sort, which includes everything, and that's typically the route I go if I were to get a drink package. I'm actually a bigger coffee drinker than anything, so I really like to be able to have my specialty coffee, just like Royal Caribbean, for example, has actual Starbucks on board. So I like being able to do that in lieu of doing alcoholic beverages. Also, some other things that are included with those premium options can be things like pressed juices. I've had some pressed juices on cruises before. I love getting fresh juice, especially after a night of drinking. It really helps to be able to get that fresh juice. You also can get things like, this one was a surprise to me, oyster shooter. So when I was on Icon of the Seas, the seafood restaurant there had oyster shooters. So it had like an oyster in it in a shot. And I fell in love with those things and loaded up on them since I had the drink package. So you don't have to necessarily get just alcohol. If you're someone that just likes beverages like soda, just likes different things other than just water, then drink package may be a good idea for you. So y'all know I love me some Virgin Voyages, and this is one of the reasons why. So they don't do drink packages. What they do is known as a bar tab. And what that is almost like a gift card that you pre-purchase before your cruise and load it to your account. And so that way, when you scan your card, it pulls from that versus pulling individually from your credit card. And so with that bar tab, typically if you purchase it before the cruise, they will give you a little bit of bonus money. So you can buy it now starting at increments of $100, and they may give you like somewhere between $10 to $15 extra since you purchased that. And so that's a good way to get you like an extra free drink, and it kind of keeps you on track with what you're spending. Now, I will tell you, whether you do the bar tab or you do a drink package, it is non-refundable. So if you don't drink enough, or if you find at the end of the cruise it wasn't worth it, you have money left over in the bar tab situation, you are not going to get that back in cash. So just be mindful when you're trying to decide if you're going to go that bar tab route and purchase it, because once you load that money on there and you purchase that tab, you cannot do anything with the leftover money. Let's talk about a couple of tips for getting drinks on board at a discount. Now, some cruises do happy hours, and so typically I find out about those by either Googling, joining Facebook groups for my particular sailing, or by just asking the bartender, like, are there any happy hour specials? And what that will be is typically like for example, like 4 to 6, you can get drinks at a discount, sometimes half off. There may be a special drink of the day. So if you get that, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. And so that's a way to get you a drink at a discount, and kind of plan your drinking around starting to drink at happy hour if you're trying to cut back on spending. Another way to get multiple drinks for one set price is to find out about special programs on board. Now, sometimes they do wine tastings, bourbon tastings. I've seen this across multiple cruise lines, including Celebrity. Virgin Voyages actually has a couple of really cool options, like one class called Shot for Shot, which teaches you how to make individual drinks. And you pay a set price. I want to say it's like $40 to $50 range. And they teach you how to make like an old fashioned, or teach you how to make different drinks. And so that way you're getting like 5 drinks for one set price versus the individual drinks you would have to pay for. And another example is Virgin does bottomless mimosas at the Wake. So at the steakhouse, you can go to brunch and get bottomless mimosas. And there are also multiple drink options on there. So it's not just mimosas. You can get Bellinis and some other drinks. I can't quite remember everything right now, but you pay $25 and you can drink all those in the morning as long as you're sitting there. So, you know, it's about kind of being strategic and keeping up with the different options that are available if you are trying to drink on a budget. All right, so let's talk about, are drink packages worth it? Now, I would say it depends. If you are someone who likes to pay your money before you get on the cruise and be worry-free, you don't want to balance drinks, you don't want to have to overspend or think about what you're spending, then a drink package may be a good idea for you. I 100% understand wanting to be on vacation and not thinking about budgeting or thinking about, did I drink too much today, or how much is this bill going to be when I get off the ship? So I 100% think it's a good idea for you to purchase if you don't want to worry about it and you know that you're going to drink a good amount. Now, as far as my opinion on drink packages, I have actually purchased twice. Once on Carnival for a 4-day cruise and once on Royal Caribbean for a 7-day cruise. Now, I will give you an example in both of these situations because one of them I think it was worth it, one of them I think it wasn't. Now, for the Carnival cruise, it was a 4-day sailing on the Carnival Venezia. We sailed out of New York and I had onboard credit. Now, you can get onboard credit by checking your VIFP or your Carnival loyalty program offers, or by booking with a trusted travel professional like moi, and I can see if I can find you a onboard credit deal. Now, with that cruise, and one thing that people don't know, and I didn't know this before I sailed out of New York for the first time, New York and Texas actually have a law where your drink package does not kick in until the 2nd day. So keep in mind, a 4-day cruise, so that knocked it down to 3 days, and I had $100 in onboard credit because a cruise of mine was canceled previously. And so with that, the drink package for me was like somewhere in the $100 range. And so I was like, why wouldn't I go ahead and just purchase a drink package and be worry free? So in that case, I felt like it was worth purchasing. Now on the flip side, I went on Royal Caribbean and did the Icon of the Seas, which I was excited because it was a new ship. And so with that drink package, it was a 7-day cruise. It sailed out of Miami, so all 7 days had to be paid for the drink package, and it came somewhere to the $500 or $600 range. I can't quite remember. That is a lot of money for drinks. And for me, like, I am a wine girl. Like, I like me like a fine wine with my dinner occasionally. And now I'm moving further and further away from those fruity drinks because I'm just getting too old, and I like to feel well in the morning, and I do not feel well after drinking all those fruity drinks all day. So in that case, I do not think that it was worth it. And being that it was so expensive, I felt like it kind of pushed me to want to get my money's worth. And so I drank way more than I should have. Good thing was I had access to coffee, but other than that, I mean, it just wasn't worth it in my opinion. So it just kind of depends case by case for me if I think it's worth it. Like I said, for Carnival, for that 4-day short sailing, probably. The longer sailings, I would say no. Based on the information I shared, do you think it's worth it to purchase a drink package? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments if you'll be purchasing a drink package on your next cruise. Well, that is going to do it for this video. I hope this helped you plan for your next cruise when it comes to staying hydrated. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and let me know if you have any tips because I'm always looking to learn. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Bye.